Hi guys, David Wright here, and today I'm in Almeria with my good friend Alejandro. Alejandro has a company here in Spain helping British people with their residency and NIE numbers. As you know, Alejandro has been my accountant for many years and he's also the honorary British consulate here in this part of Spain. Today we're going to talk about what you need when moving to Spain and health insurance and medical cover here in Spain. Hi Alejandro.
Hello, hi Dave.
Tell us what the requirements are at the moment and also a bit about health cover and health insurance.
After this Brexit, that was not at the end Brexit, we were worried of what was going to happen after the 30th of March, but we must say that everything remains the same, and that apparently it's going to be like that until October. That is going to be officially the exit of UK from the European Union. So the requirements are still the same. There are basically 3-4 requirements. The first one is that you have a house. The second is that you can have enough money by yourself to prove that you will not need to go to social services in Spain. How do you prove that? You can prove with any income that you have or any savings that you might have. For example, if you have a pension that is more than 5,500 euros per year, you are there. If you have money at your bank account that is the same amount, you are there. Or if you have, let's say, an income from a rental in Spain or in UK, you also commit this requirement.
Can I just say as well, the money can be in a bank in Spain or it can be in a bank in the UK as well, yeah?
Anywhere, yeah. The only difference would be that if it's in the UK, we will have to translate any document.
Sure.
So that's the first requirement, or the second. And the third one is to get healthcare. And you can get healthcare depending on your age or depending on your conditions. For those that are more than 65, that are retired, that get a pension, a UK state pension, they will get what we call the S1. This is given in Newcastle, in the healthcare office there in England, and they will give that to those that are retired and getting a state pension. With that S1, or the S1 means that you have the right in the UK to get healthcare for free. So the same applies here, and this will be the requirement that is getting healthcare. In Spain, you will not have to pay anything else, not private insurance, not public healthcare. With that S1 will be enough. For those that are below 65, that they are not getting, or 67 now, they are not getting the state pension yet, there are other possibilities. One of them is to get a private insurance medical medical policy that you will have to ask any company. There are a few, and then you will get payment. They will ask normally to pay a full year in advance, so to avoid that you just contract it just for 1 month. And depending on your conditions, if you've been ill or you have any previous illness or anything like that, you will have to pay an amount. With that, will be the same coverage to get the residencia. Or if you are looking for a job or you are looking to work, also if you start working in Spain, you will be immediately in the system, and then they will give you the residence, or the requirement will be there. Or you can be self-employed. If you are looking to start a business here, the same applies. You will be registered as an autonomous, we call it an autonomous, self-employed, and then you will start paying your contributions, to your monthly contributions, and you will be again in the system, and this will be applied for that.
Can I just ask, this is what I did. I went self-employed here and I was included and had a medical card and got all free health cover.
Okay.
Does that include your wife and your children as well, if that one person is working here?
Correct. If your wife is coming with you, or your kids living with you, of course they will be, all the family living together will be included in the let's say the coverage of the person that is self-employed. or the person that is working for someone. If it's a private policy, not everyone will have to get the private policy.
Great. Okay. And any latest news on Brexit? What do you think is going to happen? And do you think how it's going to affect people that are moving here to Spain? Should they be worried?
Well, I don't think the things at the end will change so much because Spain do want foreigners to come, British to come, and just in case on a non-deal Brexit, probably what they will do is make things easy, so everyone will continue coming to Spain with no big barriers. So in my opinion, I don't think that is going to change so much. Maybe some small details that you will have to commit, but not so much. And for those, of course, that get the residence, the legal residence, before the Brexit happens, everything will be much easier than for those that they don't have it.
And is it still possible for people to get residency and apply for residency now? Is it stopped at the moment, or is it still okay?
Still the same. The same applies, or the same that was before the 30th of March is still applying. There is no new instructions because, well, apparently it's delayed until October. So anyone that wants to be resident in Spain now needs exactly the same as any other person from the European Union. The same.
Great. Okay.
One thing that I forgot to mention, and that people also have they are not very clear, is when you are obliged to ask for this residency. And it's a very easy thing. When you are in Spain more than 90 days, you have to apply for that. It's true that there are many people that didn't apply, and so, but the law says that when you are more than 90 days in a row in Spain, this means that you are not traveling, that you are not on holidays, and then you have to apply for that.
Sure.
And if you ask me other questions that we receive is what happens between fiscal residence or legal residence. What's the difference? As I said, you have to, when you are more than 90 days, you have to apply for residencia. And to be fiscal resident in Spain, you need to live at least in one calendar year 183 days, that is 6 months. So in 1 year, from January until December, you need to be in Spain at least or more 183 days, and then you will be entitled, you will be obliged, you will have to make your tax accounts with Spain and not with the UK. It's also important to remind that when you are tax resident in this country, you will have to pay for all your income worldwide, even in the UK, even if your pensions or salaries are paid in the UK, you will have to pay your taxes in Spain and not in the UK, because we have this agreement, this double agreement, that says that with some small exceptions, you will pay in the country where you live more than 6 months.
Perfect. Great. Okay, I think we cleared up a few points here. So thank you very much, Alejandro. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.